Hey guys, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. You get two videos in one day because the books are putting those lines out for tomorrow's games. Those early lines are coming out. We don't have all of the lines yet. So I just wanted to jump on here and give you some early plays, and then we'll definitely be looking to add some plays tomorrow. I might do a whole separate video if I find enough plays, or I might just put them in the pinned comment, or of course I'll put them on X if you follow me there. So let's jump into it, guys. All right, guys, so we obviously can't recap yesterday's plays because the game has not happened yet, but we do know that Paige Buckers has been ruled out. So be careful with placing any more bets tonight. It's a one-game slate. The lines are sharp, and one of the superstars is not playing. So it could be a blowout. We just don't know what's going to happen in the game. Obviously, we can't help any of the bets that we've already placed, but just be careful placing any more bets tonight. Let's go through some of these good bets that we have already coming in for tomorrow's games. And I assume there's going to be a lot more plays coming in that I like. But these are the early looks at some of these plays that I would like to bet on. I've already placed these bets 15 minutes ago. So the first one here, A'ja Wilson over 33.5 PRA. That's about the lowest line we're ever going to see for her on her PRA. Now, this one's scary. If you guys just want to fade me or stay away from it, that's fine. She's only over in 7 of 12, so barely over 50% of the time in a lot of these games. Obviously, she was out for part of the season. The Mercury are a tough team. I think they just proved that with their last few games. They are definitely shooting for like the #1 spot here, to contend with the Lynx for the #1 spot in this league. The Mercury just held Sabrina to 16 PRA, and Brianna Stewart only had 26. Although she did have over 33.5 in her previous game against them a couple weeks ago. Chelsea Gray of the Aces had 34 PRA against the Mercury in their earlier matchup, and that game was a low-scoring game. So I think that with A'ja taking that role back, I think she can get us there with over 33.5 PRA against this team. I also think that total, we need to bet over on that game total if you can, because I think it's going to be higher scoring than what Vegas thinks. We could be wrong about this, guys, but this is just my read on the situation. The next one is Sabrina Ioenscu over 22.5 points and assists. This line should be at least at 24.5, and we're getting it at 22.5. So I just want the discount. She's obviously coming off 3 bad games, and she needs to find her shot. She could be injured. She has this neck injury that's been bothering her, so this could be part of the reason why she hasn't been performing very well, or it could just be an excuse. She may not even play in the game. She could get ruled out with this injury, so we don't know. She's not necessarily questionable. She's not listed as questionable. It's just you never know. But I'm going to take the discount on the lowered line and just hope for a bounce back spot. She's faced, in the last 3 games, she's faced the Mercury twice and the Valkyries. So those are top 4 defenses in the WNBA. And then the Dream, who she's facing tomorrow, is the 5th top-ranked defense in the WNBA. So they've had a little bit of a rough run, but I do think she is due for a pretty, a better game, at least a bounce-back game. So moving on, I like Alyssa Thomas over 8.5 assists. We played her rebounds in the last video, and that easily cashed for us. We are not playing the rebounds here in this one because she's going up against A'ja, who is a big rebounder. I'm not saying Alyssa Thomas can't get her rebounds. I'm just saying that in their previous game with the Aces, A'ja wasn't playing. So it's just going to be a little bit harder for her. So I just moved over to assists because she's been getting double-digit assists, and she did have 13 in her previous game against the Aces. I don't think A'ja being under center is going to be, affecting that assist rate as much as it's going to affect her rebound rate. So I just think the assist line is a little bit safer to bet on. So that's what we're taking. Even though that rebound line is low, it's a 6.5. So, it's very attractive. I might change my mind by tomorrow and bet on both of them. Who knows? Maybe just the PRA. I'm not trusting Alyssa's points, though, in this one. I think there's going to be a little bit more rim scoring, and you'll see that in one of my other bets a little bit later on. I already told you earlier, I think this total is going way over. It's set really low by the books right now. And then Alicia Gray, we're going to go back to her. I know we just missed an under on her, and I told you that I cashed an over that was offered to me later on in the day. But we're going back to her over 8.5 rebounds and assists. I think this line should be 9.5. She's over in 10 of 15 games, and she's already hit this line once against the Liberty. And the Liberty aren't really playing like an elite team. They are missing Jonquel Jones significantly. With no Jonquel Jones, I just think that Allisha Gray has the opportunity to get in there, get a lot of these rebounds, and get some assists. So she had this in the Lynx game just barely. I mean, she went way over this line, and they're the toughest team in the league. The Liberty are supposedly one of the toughest teams in the league. They're ranked third in defense, but they have not really been playing like it the last couple of games. So we'll see what they look like tomorrow. I have another best bet for you guys. Azure Stevens over 21.5 points and rebounds. Now, this line is not up yet. I'm just assuming that this is where they're going to put the line when it comes out. If it comes out at 20.5, I'm slamming it, definitely for sure. If it's over 21.5, maybe I start to pivot to just the rebounds or just the points. Her points line is a little bit high, like 13.5. She has been clearing that, and she did already clear this twice against them already this year. But I just feel more comfortable lumping it in with points and rebounds. Azure Stevens is 6'5", so she has the height to contend with Angel Reese for those second chance rebounds and second chance points. So I just really like Azure Stevens to have a really good game against the Sky again. She's already played them twice and went well over this line both times. She had 32 and 28. And then a lean. This is only a lean. I mean, I love this bet. I'm just putting it as a lean because it's not a full payout. So Satou Sabally over 1.5 3-pointers made. She's over this in 8 of 15 games so far, so about 50%. But she had 3 against the Aces earlier in this season, and I do believe that this game total is going to go, way over the total. So I want to bet on as many players as I can from this game right now. We're betting on Alyssa Thomas. We're betting on Satou. We're betting on Asia. So who knows who else we'll end up betting on? But those for now are the players I want to bet on in this game. All right, so just a quick summary of that, you guys. We have A'ja Wilson over 33.5 PRA. We have Sabrina Ionescu over 22.5 PA. We're betting on both of those superstars to have bounce back games. And then Alyssa Thomas over 8.5 assists. We just cashed her rebounds. We're pivoting over to the assists. And then Allisha Gray over 8.5 rebounds and assists. She just had this against the Lynx, the #1 team in the league, and she's over this line in 10 of 15 games this year. Azure Stevens over 21.5 PR. That line is not up yet, so it could come out at 20.5. If it comes out at 20.5, we definitely want it there. I'm just assuming it's going to come out at 21.5, and when it does, I want to bet on that. And then Satou Sabally over 1.5 3-pointers made is our only lean. I do suspect that I'm going to have a lot more plays for these games on this slate tomorrow. It's a big slate. And so I'll either add those in the pinned comment on YouTube or on X or both. Or I might make another video tomorrow morning if there's enough bets to justify that. My picks will always be free to you guys, so I really appreciate the little free things you can do for me, like clicking the like button, leaving a little comment, and making sure you're subscribed to our channel. As soon as we hit 100 subscribers, which should be here, maybe in a couple weeks, then I am going to start giving out some money to a random commenter if our bets win, our best bets. So whatever you can do to help me get there, you just need to click a couple of buttons, that's it. And I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.